Hi, I'm Thomas Garland, Senior Accountant at Appelrouth Farah. Today we're going to be talking about if and then statements. Let's begin. Here we have a data set with the letters A through H and the numbers 1 through 8. I'm going to create an if and then statement in this column A where it will capture every statement where the letter C appears. In the next one, every time anything is a number greater than 3. In the next one, anytime the number is greater than or equal to 2, then I'm going to combine two statements to create if and then statement where you have anything greater than 2 and less than 8. And finally, once everything has been created, I'm going to create a conditional format where all the number ones that I show will be highlighted. In the first one, you grab from the insert function your if function. If it's not available down here, you can just type it up here and hit go, it'll show up. We're going to type the if function. Your argument screen comes up. Your logical test is going to be if this equals the letter C. Whenever you have lettering that you're going to put into an if and then statement, you have to put them in quotations, otherwise it will not acknowledge them. Numbers you don't need to, but whenever you're doing letters you have to put them in quotation. So if the you already see it, the value is false. Had the value been true, we wanted a number 1. If it's false, we want a letter 0. I mean a number 0. Hit OK. We've created the if and then statement. You look up above. Now all we got to do is just copy it all the way to the bottom. Go down to the bottom right corner of the cell and you'll see the cross will become a very skinny cross. At that point you can left click and drag it all the way down and it'll create the formula all the way through. You can see that the formula is done correctly because the letter C is popping out as we wanted, which was a number 1 whenever the instance of C came out. On the second column, we're going to deal with any time the statement tells you that it's going to be greater than 3. To create that one, once again, we go up to the function arrow. We select our if statement. Our argument now is going to be this is greater than the number 3, I'm sorry. If it's true, give me a 1. If it's false, give me a 0. Just so you know, for when it's false, what we're doing is just putting a 1 or a 0 just so I can differentiate between a true answer and a false answer. You can make the value for true anything you want. You can make the value for false anything you want. For purposes of this video, I'm just going to use a 1 and a 0. Now that we've created the formula, anytime the value goes above 3, it should pop out, and it does. Starting with the number 4, we get the value of 1. On the next one, we're going to do greater than or equal to 2. Once again, we go up to the insert function. Grab our if statement. We have our function argument screen pop up. The logical test is if it's greater than or equal to 2, give me a 1. If it's not, give me a 0. And we know that obviously 2 is greater than or equal to 2, so every number then from then on will show up. The fourth one, is going to be a combination of two if and then statements where we want anything above a 2 to show up and anything below an 8. To do that, once again, we grab our if and then function. Our logical test will be this greater than 2. If true, we're then going to create a second statement. We're going to combine two if and then statements, and it means less than 8, comma 1, comma 0. To explain that, I'll talk about it after I created it. What we did here is we created the first if and then statement, which is if the logical test tells you if the C8 is greater than 2. If true, move here. Then we're going to do the second component of the statement, which is and has to be less than 8. So you create a second if and then statement within the true value, which is if C is less than 8, give me a 1. If not, give me a 0. And if at any moment any of these two values are false, it'll just give you a 0. Right now, this value is false because it's not greater than 2. But between 3 and 7, we should see a number 1 pop out, and we do. And then finally, all we're going to do here is conditional format all the 1s to pop out anytime we had a true answer. So we highlight all the cells, go to conditional formatting. Anything that equals a 1, we highlight, and that is how you do a few of the basic if and then statements. That was if and then statements. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any other questions, you can go ahead and comment, or you can reach us at appelrouth.com.